Harper in the 8th inning. God, that offense was terrible until that hit.
Yeah, that's all they had all night. One swing of the bat. You stuck around for 3.5 hours. You saw a 30-second moment of offense. Other than that, literally nothing.
Now, I could point the finger back and make 2 segments of Swag and say, Swag famously yesterday said, why shouldn't they win this game? He pulled a Mets-Mariners situation.
Sure. So did Jake, to be honest. We keep mentioning Jake.
That's who I'm going to mention is actually Jake was like, this one's easy.
I'm not scared of Venezuela.
I'm not scared of Venezuela. And I was like, why not? They have baseball players that are really good on their team.
Have you heard of this guy named Ronald Acuna Jr.? I think he's won an MVP. He's a pretty good baseball player.
He's like, well, the Dominican's better. And I'm like, and we barely won that game.
We did.
He made an argument we shouldn't have won the game.
We had the best pitcher on the face of the planet on the mound for that game, and we won by 1 run. And McClain wasn't the problem last night, but we didn't have Skeens on the mound.
Yeah, what's the takeaway of USA not winning another World Baseball Classic, Venezuela getting us yesterday?
I don't know. It's you never want to take too much out of one game. The frustrating thing for me was, and it's hard to overreact too much to a game that's happening when spring training is still going on, and these guys aren't quite ready for high-leverage baseball situations. It almost felt like a bit of a microcosm of the things that I don't like about the sport. It was just a lot of swing and miss. It wasn't much. Put the ball in play.
Not a lot of battling.
Beat a guy out, infield singles. Like when you go back to Venezuela and their comeback over Italy the other night when they were trailing in that game, one of the big moments was Ronald Acuna putting the ball in play and beating out an infield single. And it ended up, I think it was an RBI or it led to a rally. And you just had moments. And when you look up and down the lineup of guys last night, I mean, talk about the middle meat of the order. It was awful. Aaron Judge is your cleanup hitter. He came up after the Harper home run. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Kyle Schwarber was after him. He did walk one time. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Like that's your 4 and 5 hitters were a combined 0 for 7 with 6 strikeouts. That's horrible. And it just was guys that were kind of swinging for the fences.
Yeah, Judge
and they
didn't
couldn't
have
make
a great
contact.
World Baseball Classic.
No, the numbers weren't great for him. I think he hit under 250. And to be fair, neither did Harper was terrible. And then he finally made contact with one pitch. And it was a great moment. You thought, okay, here we go. And then immediately after that, Venezuela got on in the 9th inning, scored the go-ahead run, put a guy on, go-ahead RBI single, and there you go. They win the game 3-2.
I totally get it. You can bring up Bryce Harper all you want. He tied the freaking game in the 8th inning.
He did.
When we needed it most. Judge... See, to me, this should be about Judge as much as any other player. He's the MVP.
He's the outside of
Bryce
Ohtani.
Harper's old, man.
Harper's at the end of his career.
He's at the back end of the career. Judge is winning MVPs.
Yeah, literally did last year.
And he's in the prime spot of the lineup. Multiple times they needed big hits. Whiff, watch third strike.
Yeah, he did go down looking.
I think I've gotten to a point with Aaron Judge where I know how good of a baseball player he is, but I also hate that, him failing in this moment, and it's like, well, what about the other guy? And I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? That guy's the MVP, not the other guy. Yeah. The other guy used to be an MVP.
Yeah.
So their offense just completely disappeared.
I mean, he had 3 hits in the game. 3. He had 3 hits last night. You know how bad that is?
With that lineup?
Man. I mean, you got look, I know it is not a murderer's row of the best possible hitter in every single position up and down your entire lineup. But that's a loaded lineup. To have 3 hits in a game like that was really frustrating. And it wasn't like Venezuela was throwing guys. 4 years ago they played Japan in the final, and I don't remember how many innings Ohtani ended up pitching, if it was just the 9th, if he came in to close it out or not.
I felt like he was a closer in that game.
I feel like that's what he was, but I couldn't remember if he went 2 innings or 1 inning or exactly how many outs that he got in the game. But I remember the end of the game, it was, one of the greatest baseball players, if not the greatest ever, taking down your lineup 1, 2, 3. And not, again, to take away, Eduardo Rodriguez is a good major league pitcher. I think a lot of the other guys that they threw were guys that are major league pitchers, but some of them are guys you never heard of. This guy got traded from the Royals to the Rockies this past offseason. You're never going to hear from that guy again. He's going to be a relief pitcher for the Rockies. They're going to win 38 games. He's going to have a 4.72 ERA this year. Those are guys that you should be able to get hits off of. So it was, entertaining in the end, and I'm thankful for that because the Harper home run was awesome, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like the first 7 innings of that game was fun to watch. It was miserable, dude. They couldn't get a hit. They couldn't touch anything. They were striking out. It was up and down, up and down, up and down every single inning.
Yep.
You finally got the big moment, and that was great, but Another year of being the bridesmaid, and it's funny that we're now able to win at the highest level in hockey, but not in America's pastime.
It felt like a Venezuela home game, too.
It absolutely did. The crowd was great.
The crowd was great.
That's been the best part about the World Baseball Classic over the years, as it's gotten a little bit bigger every time we redo it, is the atmosphere is phenomenal, and that makes watching the game fun.
It was a tournament that, like, I was kind of up and down on, and then, like, I started kind of following it, watching it. And yesterday I was, like, really into the game, and I found myself getting kind of pissed of, like, how much we kept coming up short.
How are we not getting a hit,
offensively?
Dude?
They couldn't hit the ball.
Couldn't get a hit, man.
It just, every inning, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, base runner.
Hey.
1, 2, 3.
Double play. Oh,
yeah,
all right.
double play. There you go. You're out.
It's over quickly.
Do the fans of the other country players, do they put the fandom aside and get pissed? Like Suarez, does that piss off Mariner fans who love him for what he did as a Mariner?
I don't know. It's a weird conundrum. We talked about this out of the Olympics.
Ronald Acuna Jr. is my guy for the Braves, and
right.
He made multiple big plays for Venezuela throughout this tournament.
We talked about that in the Monday show you were out after they won the gold medal in the Olympics, because Connor Hellebuck was the MVP of the game and won it basically standing on his head for Team USA. He's a goaltender for a Canadian team.
Right.
So he's going home to Winnipeg.
Canadian players on that.
Austin Matthews, Toronto. And there was this huge storyline ahead of it of like, this is going to be a little awkward because you love him. He's the face of your franchise. He's the best player on your team.
Right.
But he just crushed your national team.
The gold medal, though,
broke your heart.
Elevates so much higher than
Without
a World Baseball Classic. Like, if this happens in the Olympics, I wonder when the fandoms get outraged or hate their guy for, however long that is until they watch him play again.
I certainly don't have that feeling about it. The World Baseball Classic's not at the same level as the Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics for hockey or for basketball, but it's on that next tier, right, of like international competition. It's high up there on the food chain. I don't have that feeling. Now, I wasn't faced with that conundrum. Logan Webb was the best Giant that was playing, and he was a pitcher for Team USA. But Luis Arias was on Venezuela last night. He didn't do squat, but he was on the team.
Yeah.
I don't get angry at guys who have big moments. If anything, I get more encouraged of like, hey, he showed up in a big moment. I'm going to need that at bat come September, buddy, when we're in the push for a wild card spot. You better go get that hit again, man.
I had to remind myself it's not the Olympics. It felt like an Olympics loss.
It did. To
the credit of the crowd, I thought the crowd did an exceptional job. Like every big moment and opportunity. There was only a few runs hit in this game. It wasn't until late that, USA got the 2-run homer in the 8th, and then Suarez gets the go-ahead in the 9th. But it just, the big moments when you did get scores, that crowd made me feel, it elevated the game to me. Even though it's like, it's the World Baseball Classic, still not winning this thing. I still was like, God damn it, Judge.
What are we
Stop
doing?
striking out.
Get it. Put the ball in play. Don't go
doing?
down looking, man. That was a fastball at your knees. Swing the bat.
Pitching staff was pretty good for USA. That offense disappearing was...
Pitching is always ahead of hitting this time of year. That's usually the way that it goes. But it was frustrating. I will give those guys credit, and I don't want to criticize them too much because it's a preseason tournament. It's not the Olympics. And I appreciate the guys who are putting the effort in because I do genuinely believe that it's good for like starting the baseball season this way.
I think it's great for
It
the
officially
sport.
starts next Wednesday, this opening night, which is randomly Yankees and Giants on Netflix.
Why can't we do this every year? Why can't the World Baseball Classic?
Teams won't allow it, I don't think, because of the risk of the players getting hurt.
You had stuff. You had both managers getting texts before the game about their pitchers. Hey, you can't use my reliever.
Don't use this.
Back-to-back
Don't
days.
use this. Yeah.
Had the U.S. been in the lead, had Harper had to hit a 3-run home run. Like, I think I heard DeRosa got a text, don't use Mason Miller tonight to close it out.
I know, but to your point, like, and I totally get that part of it, but it got me more jacked for baseball season. I'm like counting the days until the Braves first game.
They got to find a way to...
They got to do.
Somebody had an idea.
Spring training doesn't do it. If you don't go to spring training,
right?
And look, diehard baseball fan out there is going to disagree with what I'm saying.
Spring training goes on for a month and a half.
Nobody watches.
Spring training.
It's a great trip to take, like going to Scottsdale for a week and seeing a game, and it's cheap, and you go sit on the lawn and like. And it's great weather usually, and where we are, it's bad weather for the most part. Like, it's a fun trip. I can't tell you the last time I watched a spring training game.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I saw the Braves record, but I don't know anything.
I'll keep an eye on how young guys are doing and see.
Nobody cares about the outcome of the game. Usually, you watch because
you get ties in those games.
Yes, they do.
You want to see the new guy your team got. You want to if you have a pitcher that's trying to come back from injury, or you want to see a rookie you heard a lot about. You just want to see what they look like. You're not paying attention to the outcome of the game.
Somebody had the idea. I can't remember who it was. I'd like to give him credit, but somebody had the idea. Basically. might have been Jason Stark, who was like, why don't we do this All-Star Week? Because you basically take the full week off and you turn it into like a Four Nations thing like the NHL did last year.
Instead of an All-Star game.
But you'd have to essentially.
I think people would hate that.
And they probably would.
Baseball's All-Star game.
I mean, it still matters.
It still means something.
It does.
Yeah.
But it just was an idea of
I don't hate the idea.
Would that allow players to be more willing to throw more innings because your arms are fully loose and it's in the middle of July? Now, you would have to lop off countries, but I think we could all acknowledge like some countries in this thing of like, what? Why are you in there? Like, no offense to Czechia. You're not going anywhere. You're not like...
We're not doing this again.
Our engineer pitcher was great. He was phenomenal. They lost 10-0 to Japan. Like, you don't need to be in this tournament.
Off-speed stuff, man.
Like the Four Nations they were just like, let's pick the 4 best hockey nations and play a tournament.
Yeah.
And
well, they did it on short note. They're trying to expand that.
I know they are, but I'm saying it's hard to put that together in a week of an All-Star break when you
have
group
to have,
play and all that.
You can include all those countries, and then during spring training, like there would be some sort of qualifying, or maybe...
I just think you take the top 8 countries and have a single elimination tournament.
I'd
and
be
it's
cool
just,
with that.
here's your bracket, here's your 8 teams, you pare it down.
Yeah.
Your 1 seeds are based
Single
on how you did
elimination
last.
would be fun.
And then there's not group play and this run
All
differential
these
crap, and we're
innings
rooting
and-
for Italy and Mexico, but we need 4 runs, not 5 runs. It's just that kind of stuff you lose me. Single elimination.
I agree.
It's right around, and when we're tournament time, like that's what we love as fans. So I've seen that idea floated. I don't know if they'll ever do it. I think there is a benefit of letting it build, and you kind of miss it for a couple years. You're like, oh, that's right, Baseball Classic is back. Fun way to start the year. Disappointing result to the game, though.
Yeah, not a good result. USA loses in the championship of the World Baseball Classic 3-2, yet again falling short. Venezuela wins their first ever World Baseball Classic.